Because you clicked on this video, you must be wondering if you can remove some personal belongings or even empty a house to prepare it to sell or even rent before probate. Well, I'm glad you clicked to watch because the last thing I want is for you to get in financial or legal trouble for something because you weren't aware. If you're inheriting a home or you're the administrator of an estate that includes a home, the truth is the laws regarding this topic of removing personal belongings from the home are a little bit complicated, and each situation can be unique. For example, can you bypass the probate process entirely because the house is in a living trust with an appointed trustee? Is there a transfer on death deed? Was the property jointly owned with a right of survivorship? Did your loved one have a will? The state of California's primary focus is to protect the interests of the estate, and because of this, the laws are complicated. If we don't know each other yet, I'm Lisa Kwashnick, a realtor in the Sacramento area, and I teach people who have inherited real estate how to unlock the full potential of the inherited property and maximize value. If you're going through probate, I don't need to tell you that the probate process can be long and time-consuming and complicated, and oftentimes family members start to wonder if they can start removing items from the decedent's house. The simple and short answer is absolutely not, unless. Every situation is unique, and it's always best to reach out to an attorney for legal advice. And if you need help finding an attorney in the Sacramento area, you can always give us a call. We'd be happy to introduce you to someone who specializes in estate matters. The law in California is designed to protect the assets of the person who passed away and ensure their wishes are upheld and protect the inheritance rights of the heirs. At the home, there could be valuable items like cars, furniture, art and jewelry, or there may be some sentimental items like a guitar or books or photographs. If someone takes or removes items before probate, that person can be legally responsible for them. If there was a will, the executor has the challenging task of settling everything according to what was written in the will, and this might include figuring out the value of personal items like the cars, furniture, any stock holdings and bank accounts, and any other possession. The executor or the administrator can't just sit back and allow people to take whatever they want from the home. For example, if the decedent had a will and they wanted to leave a laptop to their grandchild to use for college, it's the job of the executor to make sure that that grandchild gets the laptop. On the other hand, if the laptop wasn't left to a specific person in the will, then it should be added to the general inventory of the estate, and the executor can decide if it should be sold and the cash from the sale of it distributed, or it can be given directly to a beneficiary. The best place for an executor to start is to take inventory of all of the decedent's assets. And sometimes an executor, administrator, or trustee will secure the home to make sure the items inside of the home don't grow legs. Your loved one may have given a key of their house to a neighbor or a friend in case of an emergency, or to pick up mail while they were on vacation or feed their pets. You just don't know who might have a key to the property, so it's always a good idea to change the locks. I knew an heir who helped herself to the items that her dad had left in a safe deposit box. She said, "If Dad didn't want me to have them, he wouldn't have given me the key." Well, the law would beg to differ. The best way I can generalize it is this: the personal property, the furniture, the cars, the kitchen gadgets, the jewelry, the televisions, it all belonged to your loved one. And when your loved one passed away, those items now belong to the estate. And if you are the personal representative or executor, you are responsible. I'm talking legally and financially responsible for those items. And if someone removes property without permission, they could be in hot water, even charged with burglary or theft, because they've taken something that doesn't belong to them and it still belongs to the estate. If there was a will, then the executor would file a petition with the probate court before having the authorization to be able to distribute the property according to the directions or instructions in the will as far as who will receive what and when. If there wasn't a will, this is called intestate, and as you can imagine, it can be even more complicated. Someone will file a petition with the probate court as an intestate estate. Say that 10 times fast. They'll file to become the personal representative. Here, the court will determine who the heirs are and how the property would be distributed among the heirs and when. While it's tempting to start clearing out your loved one's house after their passing, it's important to follow the legal process so you don't get yourself into a heap of a mess. So a quick overview: appear in or get the court's approval as the representative of the estate. You'll need to file for a tax ID number or EIN and open up an estate bank account. Take inventory of all of the assets, including personal property and real property. Manage and secure the property, and this might include forwarding the mail, paying the utilities, maintaining the property, and securing the property. Paying any debts has to be done before distributing any of the assets to the heirs. Then, with the court's approval, distribute the assets to the heirs and other beneficiaries. And please note, this is a general overview. It's always best to consult with an attorney to go over your specific situation and the local laws in your area if you're outside of the Sacramento area. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, because I'll tell you what happens. YouTube will find more people who need to know that they can't start removing items from a property before going through the probate process, and your thumbs up might just protect someone from going to jail. Did you know that your thumb had that much power? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.